I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dumb. A gun that would die. Yeah, Easy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jew-ish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he get them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now, he got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Hey, I don't give a love a fuck what them bitches gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love a fuck what them niggas gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akim, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad at this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Training, go through the baddest conditions. I don't fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like that, man, nigga. She know I'm a prophet, she glad to be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' the different breed of black men. We don't do the back bend. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get them racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight like can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Go get you some rank, I told you. Line up in these ranks, we sold you. You can take that to the bank, we focus on. How many times must we remind you? One body, one way, some break off and never take off as a flex. When the Lord with you ain't no up next. It's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit, we want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. We unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground with me in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't put the system. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. We in the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Fucking Hispanic, Native American, Indian. We ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be precious hell, take a picture. And we professional now with the scriptures. Play, we gon' scratch them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. Swear business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide. The only slide that I know about is when I assemble the Glock with the slide. For real, I get the order, you know that it's slaughter. See me and my niggas gon' die. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by me cause I'm fed up. I rep UPK. My niggas won't let up. Got choppers, got knives, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with what me and my nigga like, bitch, or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with what me and my nigga like. My nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, why y'all fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. Understand me, like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh.
All right, give it up. This is Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 120th District out of Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. This is the place where Blacks, Native Americans, and people of color all find out who we are, what we should be doing, and following our culture under the Most High, under our leader, Christ, YAHWH, and under the Commander General YAHANNA, who's leading our people right now in this amazing school. Now, today is going to be going over, the pressures of being a Jew. I know as of right now with that war going on and over in the Middle East, with the so-called, what do people call them? The Pakistanis and so the what's it? Yeah, the same people. But as far as right now, what we need to focus on is what we should be doing, who we are as a people, following the Most High's guidance, following our culture in this Bible. And while we follow the Most High in this Bible, there are certain pressures of being who we are. We see that we wearing the fringes, we're wearing the gold in the mouth, you got the chains on, we got the crowns, this culture looks fly, but it is a red beam. Find out who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. There's pressures in it, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's go ahead and read Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse See if we can get there real quick to find out the basis, the foundation of why we are have that pressure on us as being those people. Go ahead and get that for me out.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
For they are the holy people. So that means you're separate from everybody else. So understand that. I know in every class we try to make sure that we hearken that to let you know that you are like every other nation. You are holy, which holy means you are separate from every other nation. For all the rest of these people on earth. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
So you are already off top of saying you are separate from everybody and you are special. You are significant to the Most High God. Like there ain't nobody better than you, better than his people. Keep reading.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So above everybody, but everybody on this planet, you know, there are many nations in this, you know, but nation that he considered his own, his special people. But it's just like if you have kids, you know, amongst all the kids that on this earth, your kids amongst you are special. That's who we are to the Most High. We are his children. So because of that, his focus is on his kids, just like your focus is on your children, and they are special upon to your heart. You know, and because of that, you have certain guidelines that are given, that you give to your kids, that you tell them to follow. And with that, because of that, once he realizes that you are the special abundance people, there are certain temptations, certain things, certain guidelines that you're not supposed to be following, and that's when it starts getting to these curses. Now, because we are this special people, we are always tempted, and there's a reason why we're always tempted. He's trying to see who is worthy of getting into this kingdom, who is worthy of getting that crown on his head. You know what I mean? Because it says that the kingdom is yours, but however, you guys to like, are you worthy of getting this? You know, like even in our prayers, we speak about it. Matter of fact, give me Matthew 6:13. Like, even when Christ told them how to pray, it's in our prayers. It's about like temptation. Temptation is something hard that we deal with. Go ahead and read that for me out.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 13. And lead us not into temptation.
But lead us not into temptation. How many times have you been tempted on doing so many things on this earth? Go ahead and read the rest of it.
But deliver us from evil.
Uh-huh.
For thine is the kingdom,
Uh-huh.
and the power,
Uh-huh.
and the glory forever. Amen.
So when it says lead us not into temptation, I mean, before we even got into this truth, before we even realize who you are tempted unto so many things. I mean, some brothers have tempted smoking. Smoking is a serious habit amongst a lot of people to the truth, before they realize what's what. You know, you have we use, you know, drugs to cope the stress that we deal with. You know what I mean? You got bills need to be paid. You don't know what with it. You got stress at the job. You don't know what you got kids you're dealing with. What's the first thing? Let me go ahead and light one up before I deal with it. You know, or just light one up just to deal with it. You know, and not then when you get into the school and get into these scriptures, you realize that you are not supposed to be smoking. You are not supposed to be getting hot. You know, other temptations dealing with these, as brothers dealing with these women. You know, especially nowadays, when you got social media all over the place. I mean, when I was coming up, I mean, before social media, I mean, I feel like I'm dating myself at this point. But before social media, man, you had to spit game, do what you need to do, you know, for a girl to even show you something. Now they do it free. They just post it just to get a like, just to get thumbs up. You know what I mean? And with all that impression in front of you, what do you try to do? You run around like a horny dog. You try to jump and hump everything you see. And the women nowadays, these young girls, they coming up saying they young role models. You know, they see these R&B artists, rap artists. You know, they get on TV and all that. They pretty much just butt naked on TV, butt naked on social media. So what they do, I want to be like her. So now you see them walking down the street, half naked. I mean, that's scripture saying that we're not supposed to treat our daughters like, you're not supposed to hoard about your daughters. That's what that's doing. We got our daughters out here around half naked. And then what do the brothers see? Now they tempted. Now they want to go get that. All this temptation, all this social media, all this people dressing how they shouldn't be dressed, you know, all this temptation is just, it's hard, and sometimes it can be hard amongst our people. And that's what one of these prayers like, and lead us not into temptation, like deliver us from evil. Help me get out this. Help me keep this evil away from me, Lord. For thine is the kingdom. I'm into this kingdom. The power that you're going to bestow upon our people. You know, the glory that we will see. And that rule for Israelite will be for the Israelites will be forever. I mean, because through temptation, we chase the paper. You know what I mean? Like, we chase these green people all day, every day. We do whatever we can. You know, scriptures speak about, you know, the love for the money. Matter of fact, give me Timothy 6 and I think it's 6 and 9. Make sure 6 and 9. 1 Timothy 6 and 9, I want to say. Yeah, let me read that. 6 and 9.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare.
For those that are rich, they fall into temptation and a snare. They are the ones that fall into temptation even quicker. Why? Because they have access to things. Like, there's nobody to tell them no. That's why you see your boy Diddy in the situation he in right now. You know, that boy is in a situation like, he got so much money, you can't tell him nothing. You know, that's why he sitting here just beating women, take women across country, across state lines. You know, and got dudes sitting in the room, you know, having sexual relations with his woman. And you're doing so much carnal activity that it consumes you. You know, and he ain't the only one. Like, there's so many celebrities that deal with that type of mindset. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of the almost like one of the number one things in this whole celebrity or entertainment business. It's a lot of sexual morale going on, so deviation. It's so much that's doing, and then you can't a lot of times you can't move in the industry unless you've been touched, unless they do something that they can put on you until you get yourself in a certain situation. It's like they want to have something on you, so just in case that you do something like, oh, I got something on you, bro, you know, I got this on you, so do what I need you to do, or else. You know, that's what it's going on. If you got any questions, just raise your hand. We'll answer. All right. So I mean, that's what that's what it deals with. Go ahead and keep reading that verse for me.
And into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
It drowns men into their lusts. Like right now, Diddy's drowning in his situation because of his stature. He let his money consume him. You know what I mean? Like, now that's nothing wrong with getting money. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, money is a tool. You need to get it to feed your family, provide a roof over your head. You know, sometimes even to help others. You know what I mean? Because that's what you need to do. But when you take that money, you make it consume you to where you'll do anything you need to do to get that dollar. You start selling your children, selling yourself. You know what I mean? Sell dope to your family. Sell dope to your people. You know, get your people hooked on certain things. I mean, you'll see people on the block with will sell dope to a woman, and what they say? Now what? Shit, if I don't do it, somebody else gonna do it. I might as well be the one to get this money. She gonna get it anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's the mind. That's a horrible mindset that you have. And then as being a Jew, that's one of the persons we cannot be doing it. Cannot. You know, that temptation of money is all up on it. It needs to stay off of you. Go ahead and read the next verse.
Verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
It's the love of it. Like, you love it so much, you're pressured to do whatever you need to do, like I said. And especially in your household. In your household, it can take you down to destruction. What does a brother have in a household? I mean, he has his woman on his back. Like, you need to be, take care of this family. Don't let Christmas happen. Don't let that happen. What they gonna do? Why they ain't got no Christmas presents? You can't get no presents for your kids. Why we ain't got no Christmas tree? You couldn't afford a Christmas tree? I need a real man in here. I need got all that pressure. All that, then that develops into anxiety, and all, then it turns into depression. And then what you start doing? Man, let me go ahead and smoke this weed, take my mind off things. And once you realize that you feel like you're trying to do everything that you can to get these presents, these Christmas gifts, this monkey off your back. What you do? I with something that I want. So the next thing to do is to take from that other individual. You see another brother with diamonds in his chains, diamonds on his ring. I see him riding like a nice car. I know he got money. I'm starving. I'm taking from him. That pressure, anxiety, and all. It's like the Most High it can put a lot of pressure on you, and refine you. It's like he's creating a diamond to see how that to be to him. He did the same thing with Job. Like, not only that you have the society temptation, now you got the Most High tempting and pressuring you and testing you. Matter of fact, read Job 2 and I think it's Job 2. If you could. Job 2 and Job 2 and 3.
This is the book of Job, chapter 2, verse 3. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil.
Now, just to get background, Job is considered a perfect man in the eyes of God. He is doing what he's supposed to do. He's following what the Most High wants him to do. Yet, because of who he is, only because of who he is, Lord values him and see him as special upon him, he tested him just to see. I mean, being the Jew, you are tested by the Most High. If Job is tested, you think you're not going to get tested? You think he's not going to send Satan on to you to see what you're about? Like, people don't realize, being a Jew is awesome. is great. There is a thin line at the end of the finish line. We are protected by the Most High, but you will get tested. Even when you're doing right, you will get tested. But when you are tested, at the end of it, when you come out the end of it, what happens? The things that the most from you during your test, you get that tenfold. Just because coming out the fire. I mean, that's what happened. That's what happened to Job. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many men, especially in the school. When you get into it, I mean, you see these guys out in the street corners teaching, these men out here teaching, and you're like, man, these are some real uprighteous dudes out here. They let you know who they are. They got a good spirit on them and all that. But these men have been through the fight. Like, I don't know how many times a brother came into the school and wearing all black, and when he first get into it, you know, he gets put through the furnace. There's some brothers that lost jobs, lost wives, really don't want to deal with them. And not because he's not doing bad, because he wants to follow the Bible. That's crazy. And when y'all here doing circling the block and selling dope and doing all whichever you were doing, and got women coming in and out of the crib, you actually celebrate. You are literally celebrating. Nobody disowns you. But the moment you tell them, nah, I'm not going, I'm not doing that church stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually going to the school where they teaching brotherhood. You know, they tell us to follow the commandments of the Bible. You know, I want to go ahead and not eat pork. I want to do what Leviticus is saying. And you're told, nah, I'm not welcoming you to any events. You know, nah, I don't want to deal with you. Now you want to go ahead and be with them brothers? You can't still come in this house. Put through the fire for following the Bible. I mean, there are people that celebrate you more for coming out of prison than actually graduating from school or from college, high school or college. They have a coming out of prison party. You know what I'm saying? The whole block come through. You know what I'm saying? But when you get that degree, you know, that master's degree and all that, I'll say 1/3 might come through and just welcome. You can have you a little, you know, a dinner at, you know, Luby's or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something small. It's crazy. Backwards. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. That's how you know you really in something you need to be doing. Because it's few of those they actually want to do what the Most High tells them to do. You know what I mean? Even the other nations know about it. You know, even the other nations know about getting on you when you don't follow the Most High. Because like these other nations in the world, like, you know, even the so-called oppressor, so-called white man, he knows who you are. The Hamites, Africans, they know who you are. East Indians, they know who you are. Arabs, everybody knows who you are. When you go over there to the Middle East and all that, and they see an African American man, so-called black man, they know who you are. It's not a secret to them, but it's a secret to us. Matter of fact, give me a Judith 5:19. Because it's like the other nations try to keep us distracted from who we are and what we're supposed to be doing.
Wow.
Right? It's like they got their hounds set on us. You know, like it's like they hold them back just in case. But then in that moment, that exact moment when they see, oh, they about to slip up, now it's time to get them. You know, that's what it's all about. It's tactical. It's chess, not checkers. I mean, that's how you do. Once you see your enemy being weak, in a weak state, in a weak status, that's attack. Nobody ever wants to attack a strong man. You know what I mean? That's even, you could even go back to where you got a strong man in a house. Like nobody's gonna come and take that house over when you got a strong man in the house. But as soon as that man leaves, you know, that woman, that kid, that child, and now they not protected. Now it's time to sick the hounds.
Right.
That's who the Most High is to us. Like when we following, we obeying the Most High, when we doing what we're supposed to be doing. It's like there's an like, they got a field around us. They got an actual field. Matter of fact, hold up, go back to no, go back to Job if you could, because I know Satan is speaking exactly what I was talking about when I'm talking about. You said what? Yeah, Job 2 and 3. Drop down to go to verse 3. After he said, fear God and showeth evil.
One that feared God and escheweth evil. Salaki, this is the book of Job, chapter 2, verse 3. And an upright man, one that feared God and escheweth evil, and he still holdeth fast his integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause.
Hold on one second. Okay, keep reading.
Verse 4. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea. All that man had, will he give for his life. Put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face.
See, now Satan is saying like you covered him, but if you take away your protection from him, he's gonna curse thee. See, Satan knows that I can't touch him because you protecting him. You showing you got this edge surrounding him to where I go to him, bro, but I know you want me to look at Job and test him, but I can't get to him. You protect him because he's following what he's supposed to be doing, so you're not gonna let me do it. So if you could, let me do my job. Satan's telling Most High, let me do my job.
Right.
And I know the Christian church say that Satan does whatever he wants. But this verse is telling you about how Satan is before the Most High asking to do his job.
Right. Allow
me to get to the person that you want me to test. That's the pressure. It's not only like you said, you got temptation of your own. You know, you got social media, you got all this, these drugs, all this to try to take your mind off of things. Now you got the Most High testing. You got a lot on you, and it could be overwhelming. And that's how a lot of people don't get a chance to make it into this truth, to make it into this kingdom. Because it's almost like, I don't know if you've seen this little thing on social media where you see two guys work like in a mine, and at the end of it, you see like one of them is like about to hit like a small little diamond, and you see one guy get the little diamond, but the guy under it, he's about to get to a bigger diamond, but he gives up and goes and jumps to where that other guy. If you kept going, you would have got something even better. That's what it is. Because that whole, you know, just because I got pressure on me and it's too stressful, and I can't deal with it and all that. That separates the real from the fake. That's what the Most High is doing. What about to say?
I appreciate it.
Oh, go ahead.
For something like this. Matthew 16:24.
Uh-huh.
Then Christ said unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him depart and take up his cross and follow me. Like pick up that burden every day. Like you gotta deny yourself. Like every day. If you want to follow Christ, you gotta do this. You gotta take the hard road, you gotta go through the fire.
Already. It's the same thing of being baptized in fire. You know what I mean? Like you gotta burn that desire that's on you. You gotta kill it. Every single time you wanna go do some stuff, you gotta kill it. I mean, like I said, there's so many desires and stuff that you gotta put down that some people might fight through. I mean, everybody has their little burdens that they deal with, whether it be women, money, drugs. I mean, that's some brothers that got a porn addiction. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers watch all day and sit there and beat themselves until they're trying to get a domestic case. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to get locked up for domestic abuse. You know what I mean? Like it's abuse of man. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. Cause you gotta fight that desire. You gotta fight all that, man. Give me Judas 5:19.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 19. But now are they?
Now this is the other nations speaking about having a council about the best time to attack the Israelites. You know, to take over, to take their land. You know, go ahead and read that.
But now are they returned unto their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against his people, and they sin against their God,
and they sin against their, if they sin against their God, can you read?
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. Now
he's straight telling them, like they're now in the place and they set up nice, they sit on the nice hill, they good, they sit pretty. You know what I mean? But I'm the Lord, like now if there's an error in these people to where they start disobeying the Most High, they start disobeying who they are, then they sin against their God. Now we can start talking about going against them, because at that time that's their rule. They're not being watched no more. So it's like you seeing somebody with a let's say like they got 10 pit bulls and they got them on a chain. These pit bulls just trying to get them, but they're being held back. That person watching to see if you're slipping. It's almost like they wait until your back is turned. Once your back is turned, they're going to release them hounds. That's what that is. It's like these other nations know, like, I can't really mess with you because right now you're protected. Just like what Satan said, I can't mess with Joe because he's protected. I can't touch him. But the moment they start disobeying their God, the moment they start going against their actual protector, it's all game now. It's free game. That's the pressure. That means what? Constantly being watched. And can I mess up? If I mess up, it's done. I'm about to go through it. Wow. These other nations ain't got to worry about all that. They do whatever the hell they want to do. You know, they go and do all the drugs they want. They kill and murder. They do all this type of stuff. They ain't got to worry about the constant pressure that the Most High instills on them. They don't have other nations looking to destroy them. Because these other nations looking to destroy them just because of who we are. They jealous. They're sitting there. There are nations that try to be us, that want to be. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. I mean, just like it says, like, everybody's time to be a nigga. You know what I mean? They want the joys of the what the Israelites get. I want all the oil. I want all the gold. I want all the, you know what I'm saying? But that following the commandments, that, you know, being responsible, watching over your other brother and all that. I ain't trying to get all that. Yeah, I ain't trying to. I want that crown though. But I ain't trying to earn it. Go ahead, read the next verse.
We shall overcome them. Chapter 21, verse 21. Salaki. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my law pass by. Lest the Lord defend them and their God before them, and we become a reaper for all the world.
He letting you know, like, if there's no iniquity with their nation, let them pass. Let them, leave them alone. Because their Lord is going to defend them. He's going to be with them for every step. It's going to be our ruin if we touch them. That's one of the joys of being a Jew. That's knowing who you are and who you stand for, and knowing who got your back. It's like you gotta you walk around the school campus. You ain't gotta worry about nobody mess with you, because you got a big brother that jump on whoever back if they mess with you. As long as you do what you're supposed to be doing, you good. But the moment you don't, the big brother not in school that day. Somebody gonna take your lunch money. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna give you that wedgie. You feel me? Like they own you, because you've been sitting there, sit high, looking pretty, like you can touch you with your nose in the air, and now that moment when your big brother's gone, oh, he not here, he not being protected. Oh, that's free game right there. It's time to drop it down on him. It's time to get him now. Like, that is what we go through. That is, like I said, that's depression. And also it's like even though we are the chosen people of the Most High, even when dealing with ourselves, like governing ourselves, the troubles or the problems or the conflict within ourselves, we are supposed to come amongst each other and deal with each other when it comes to issues of conflict. Like, for example, give me Judges 3 and 4. Let's see, Judges 3 and 4. So I can get that with you. Matter of fact, no, not just 3 and 4. It is, I'm sorry, 1 Corinthians 6 and 1. 1 Corinthians 6 and 1.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 1. Dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to law, be unjust, and not before the saints.
See, and it's saying, like, if any one of y'all have issues amongst each other, you need to go to the law before the unjust. So go to the men of the Lord before those, especially before those heathens, and dealing with your problems, dealing with your issues. Like, it's saying, like, aren't you supposed to go to the law before the unjust and not before the saints? Like that's a question. Like, you're supposed to go to your people dealing with your matters. like your people amongst anything. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're supposed to deal with. Give me verse 2, if you could.
Verse 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world?
Mm-hmm.
And if the world shall be judged by you, are you ready to judge the smallest matter?
Like being a Jew, being an Israelite, like we are to judge every matter, whether big or small. Even the ones where it feels like, man, this is not worth my time. This is not like, this is what you deal with. Especially if you wanted if you desire to be a man of the Most High, like a priest, you want to take on the job of being in that priesthood. You know, you judging everything. Like you are the so-called Judge Mathis. You know what I'm saying? People are coming to you to solve their problems, big or small, business related, relationship related. I mean, he kicked me back to the most pettiest things. That is what you got to deal with. You know, some people might feel like, man, that's a lot of pressure. I got to not only deal with the stuff in my household, I got to deal with everybody else's. And I have to move on it without bias. You know what I mean? I have to move it in a righteous manner. Can't be no favoritism. I have to see the matter and adjust it as such. Like this is the constant backlash that being a Jew deal with it, and not to say that it's a bad thing. It's just to show that since you are held high amongst all the rest of the nations, you are looked different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they don't see you as regular group of people. You know what I mean? Like even the Most High put these other nations around tests to see if you're gonna do what they do. But that's what he did with Adam. What did he do? Start doing what other nations did and start sinning. Like that's what. Matter of fact, give me like I said, Judges 3 and 4. Like it. See if I can get some background on it too. Judges 3 and 4. Let's see, 3, 4. Go to give me the first verse, Judges 3 and 1 first.
The book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 1. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them, even as Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan.
Like as before time, the Lord had put nations around us. What it say? To prove Israel by them. Like these nations are to prove, are you going to follow these laws or not?
Right.
Are you going to get down? Or are you going to start doing what they do? Like that's what they're here for. I mean, I know people ask like, well, if we are the so-called, children of God, what's the reason for the rest of these nations? What are they here for? Go ahead and drop down to verse 4.
The book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 4. And they were to prove Israel by them to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses.
That scripture said to prove Israel by them to know they will hearken unto the commandments of the Lord. That is why you are surrounded by your enemy. It was that this is why you surrounded. You surrounded by all this that you see amongst you. You know what I mean? You see these nations dress this way, eat this food. You know, they carry themselves that type of way. It's temptation. I want to see what the scriptures say, if they will hearken unto the commandments of the Lord. That's what he's trying to see. I'm trying to see if you are worthy of getting that crown. I want to see if you about that. That's what it's all about. I'm trying to see if you're going to, what the Christian church say. They always use this verse, those that endure to the end shall be saved. For some reason, they think when they take that dip themselves in bath water, they say, that ain't the end. Just because you take a bath, that ain't the end. Scripture says, endure until the end. What is the end? When you die. It's not the end. You got to endure all this temptation, all these tests, all this distractions that you deal with the Lord, all this constant pressure. You got to endure that until the end, until you die. That is when you are saved. When you die and Christ come back, that is the end. How do you? Everybody knows, how do you get it down? You just don't dig it up and find it. It has to be constant pressure, cold, hotness. It goes through the furnace, right? The more pressure it gets to, the more clarity it has, the more purified it is, right? That's what the Most High is doing to his children. That's what it's like being a Jew. You are constantly going through the fire. You got pressure up on you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Got precept for that service. Zechariah 13:9.
Oh yeah, go ahead, read that.
And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. So it's like he bringing us through the fire as a lesser metal to be something that's tougher than that is.
Yeah.
And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
Already. That is a perfect precept for what I just said. Excellent precept. The scriptures go all day going through who the Israelites are to the Most High. How we are separate from everybody, how we are his children. He chose us among, not because we are many, because we are few. Like, we are his sheep. We are the ones that need a shepherd. And the beasts of the field, they are always trying to devour us. But because of his protection, they can't touch us. But don't forget, you still are precious. Because in the end, you're going to get that crown. Christ is going to give you that crown, put it on your head. Matter of fact, give me Revelations 2:10. Probably going to end it on this one. Because with everything, this is what we all are striving for at the end of the day. Like, we
This
going
is the
through.
book of Revelation.
Go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Like, they're going to put you through everything. When he's saying the devil, he means deceit. How many times our brothers and sisters being locked up, you know, because of the temptations that they couldn't get through, times that they can deal with, or the pressures they couldn't get away from, you know, that they sometimes get locked up. Go ahead, keep reading.
Shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye tribulation days.
Go ahead.
Be thou faithful unto
Be thou faithful unto the endure unto the end.
right.
Go ahead.
And I will give thee a crown of life.
And thou shalt be saved. That's a crown of life right there.
Right.
Like that. And those are Christ's words. I mean, like I said, this fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Don't fear the things that you're going to go through, because it is only temporary. Everything that we're going through is temporary. You know, it's not something that you're going to be going through forever. What is going to be forever is being in that kingdom. Being in the kingdom of the Most High. That is forever. That is what we're going to be going through, you know, generations upon generations upon generations. That is a world without end. You know what I mean? This whole time to where the oppressor is ruling over us. Like I said, it's like almost every other nation had their time to rule over the earth, right? Babylonians had their time. Arabs had their time. You know, now the oppressors having this time. You know, Rome had their time for a minute. You know what I mean? So right now, the so-called colonizer is having his moment to where he's ruling over the world. Every nation that you go to, every continent you go to, he has a military base where he set up shop. Yeah, he got his empire. Where you at? He's there. You know what I mean? And the thing is, he knows it's coming to an end. He knows it. That's why he's doing everything he can to put up, to slow it down. Wait.
Hey, say something real quick. It's so crazy how the colonizer or the oppressor is the devil. Like the same reason he don't call himself Edomites no more. They keep changing their names so they can change their face like a man of many faces, something like that. You don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Idumean. Oh, now I'm Greek. Oh, now I'm Roman. Oh, now we're American. Oh, now we're European. And it's like he even changed the way he handled his empires. Like before, when Rome Empire, something like that would be the Roman Empire. And everything would go after that. They'll name this. Now they just put a military base there. Yep. And they let them keep, they let the people who live there seem like they still in power, but they just public, because everybody know if you have a country and another country is occupying the military base stuff, that's not Japan, South Korea, Iran. Like after they conquer you, it would have been Vietnam. Yep. After they conquer you, then that's over. Then that's part of their empire. But now they try to make it look like they only have America. But if you take your head out your ass for long enough, then you can see it's identical. It's identical to that empire. Just how the Romans tried to do the Maccabees at that time. They couldn't beat them, so they was like, look, we're gonna give you this flag, and if somebody mess with us, we mess with you, we gonna call on us. Yeah. But they were trying to run them. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But now, bro, America is the empire on the earth. And that's why everybody hates us a lot.
That's true. You hit it right on the money. Right on the money. And a lot of times they do the whole thing of, you know, we'll what you said as far as to a certain type of agreement. So like, yo, we'll set up shop here, but you know, we got your back. But if we call on you, if we call on you and you gotta fight, for us type of thing. That whole thing is just, it's off. And the crazy part is, like, they'll have a different name, but you realize that their symbol, their animal symbol, is always the eagle. It's the same animal. You know what I'm saying? Even the scriptures, eagle soaring. It's all the same, because it's the same nation of people. They do the same thing. Like, the scripture says, nothing new under the sun. They ain't doing nothing different. You know, you just gotta know how they run their cards, how they know who your enemy is. The same thing they did in the book of Maccabees is the same thing they try to do now. That's one of them. By the oppressor wanted to take that out the book. He don't want you to see what during the book of Maccabees. He don't want you to see that.
Right.
That's why they took it out. They took that whole middle section part of the whole apocrypha out the Bible, because he don't want you to see what he did, how your people even came to America. They don't want to see none of that. They don't want you to see none of that. Instead, what they do, they give you the slave Bible, a little pocket little book that got certain scriptures in it, like Book of Paul, John, you know what I mean? Like small things, you know, to where you can't realize what you actually reading about. You know what I mean? That's the, like I said, that's the pressure of being a Jew. And especially when a man knows that he's being oppressed, that's when that anger sets in. That's when you get pissed off. Like, I see what they're doing. I want to take action. I want to go cut their heads off. You want to pull some Nat Turner off. You know what I'm saying? But that's also knowing that vengeance is in the hands of the Lord.
Right.
That's another pressure that you got to deal with. You want to take vengeance in your own hands, but you got to understand, once you take vengeance with your own hands, well, that's it. I mean, because you wanted to do what you wanted to do, but if you would have let the Lord do what he planned on doing, it would have hurt your enemy 30 times worse. And not only that, you took vengeance up on your own hand, now the Lord got to deal with you because you took away what he was going to do to them. More pressure.
And you put your brothers at risk.
Yeah, and you put your brothers at risk. Don't be a leader. Don't be a head of a household, because if you mess up, everybody under you falls. You can't be have fish mindset. You got to understand, whatever I do, those under me get affected.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like how the people before us, Adam, messed up. Now what happened? Everybody under his lineage, now we got an oppressor over us. You know what I mean? You got to think about that. Understand, we are diamonds, according to the Most High. That is why we going through the pressure that we go through, because we are Israelites according to the Bible. With that, go ahead and do announcement. You got any questions? You good? Go ahead and good.
Announcements. The next feast day will be the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, the first day of the seventh month, which falls on September 21st, 2025, and that can be found in Leviticus 23, verse 24 through 25. Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister come to school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. At each month, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18-21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 1/10, ma'asha in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of every increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department of the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever the amount you would like. Men of Israel, Elijah. Elijah Shabbat. Elijah. Barak. YAHANNA Barak. Yahweh Men of Saul. You were cut sisters. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat. Barak. Yahweh Shabbat.